So good morning class, welcome to the online classes for science of class 8. That is, we are going to see the chapter that is sound, which we have seen in the previous classes about its descriptions and the definitions. That what was the sound? We know that sound is produced only when the object is get vibrated or it get strike with other object. So sound is something when it will produce in the form of the wave. So it propagates in the form of the wave, and these propagations we have seen that it is in the form of a transverse waves, and it needs a medium to travel. It always needs a medium to travel. It can travel in any kind of the medium, like solid, liquid or gas. It can travel in any medium. So sound is produced only when the object is get vibrated. We have seen the different examples in the activities also, that vibrations means the back and the forth motion of the object. So when an object is like plugged or we stretch it, then also the object gets back and forth. Like if you stretch a spring, it gets back and forth motion. That also means that spring is get vibrated. If you strike any object, then also the object gets vibrated in its own, but it cannot be seen, so it will produce a sound. Similarly, we have seen that a human, a person like me, if I am sounding, then it have some reason of vibrations. So where it is getting vibrated. So if we're talking, then at the neck portion, we know that something is vibrated. If we put our hand, we feel that something is moving. This is what our larynx or the voice box which produces the sound. We know that sound are of different ranges also. Some are louder, some are of less sound, some are pleasant, and different unpleasant, and the sounds are also there. But if we talk about the sound, then any kind of sound is produced only when the object is get vibrated or strike with some other objects. So if we talk about a human being, then something should get vibrated. So in our neck portion, we know that there is a voice box which is considered as a larynx also. So if there is a larynx part in our neck, then if something is get vibrated over there, then the sound is produced by our neck, which comes out by our mouth, and you are able to hear me also. So if you are talking, try to keep your hand on the neck and see what something is vibrating. So you will see or you will feel that something is moving or buzzing sound. Like if you are producing a buzzing sound also, you will feel that. So this moving part shows as a voice box, and this voice box, if you talk about biologically, then it is named as a larynx. So how this larynx will produce a sound? We know that these larynx, if you touch your neck part that which is moving, at the down condition, if you move, you will see that it is connected with some pipe. Some pipe is there which is going through the lungs. So it will connect to a lung and to the larynx part. So this pipe which is connecting to our lungs to that of the larynx is said to be that a wind pipe. So this wind pipe will blow hot air from that to the lungs, and it will come out. That means the air is coming out from the lungs. So this wind pipe will produce an air which will coming out from the wind pipe will try to move this larynx, and we know that there are small parts on our tongues. You can see on the upper part of our tongue, if you see it in the mirror, by opening your mouth, you can see that there are smallest tongue parts are on the top of our tongue, which can be seen as, and they are named as a vocal cords. There are two vocal cords if you see. So these two vocal cords, when we are opening our mouth or moving, they get stretched, right? They used to move. When this wind pipe, the air is blowing out. So when this air comes out, then these small vocal cords get vibrated, means they used to move. And this movement is due to the wind pipe, that is the air which is coming out. So this will be get vibrated. Okay. So this is what the larynx and the movement. So this windpipe, what it will do, it will try to vibrate our vocal cords that are being on the top of our tongue. So these two vocal cords get vibrates. So this vibration will produce a sound. So we know that there is a small thin passage between these two vocal cords. So when the air passage comes from our windpipe, it will try to blow these two vocal cords, and these two vocal cords will try to move. And when this moves, that means we know that any muscles contraction or expansion should be there to move any object. Like if you are moving our hand, so some muscle contraction is there, right? So muscles should be there to move any object. So if muscles are trying to move or stretch our vocal cords, that means they are trying to move our vocal. If the vocal cords are trying to move, then sound is produced. So when the lungs are trying to force the air through this slit, through this windpipe, so the vocal cords will vibrate, they will produce a sound. So muscles attached to these vocal cords can make it tight or loose. They will try to contract and expand. So when the vocal cords are tight or thin, so our quality or our voice will be changing. Like women have a sharp voice, and if you're talking about a voice, they have a blunt voice. That means the quality of the voice or the sounds can also be changed, right, with the help of our muscles itself. So how we are tightening our vocal cords or how we are saying, then only the sound as quality can be changed. So we know that sound needs a medium for propagation. We have seen this earlier itself, that through solid, liquid or gas the sound can be travel. Like if you're having the phone in the water, like if it gets ring, then means that in the water through it will get vibrate. If you're talking about a table and you just type with pen, then also the sound is traveling through that table itself. So this sound can be loud. How? If you are just having the amount that is increased. So you may have seen that it can travel through vacuum, solid, liquid or gas. We know that vocal cords that produces the sound that is coming out from the human throat can also be heard by a human ear. Like I am saying, that means the sound is coming from my throat, right? That is due to the vocal cords vibrations. So this sound which is produced from me will be moving out from my mouth, and that will be entering into your ears. That means you are hearing now me. If you are talking about the offline classes, then you used to hear me directly. But if you are talking about the online one, that means you are hearing through your mobile. But you are hearing some sound, and that is entering into your ears. The ears are something, the part of our body which can hear some sound that are produced. So this are due to our ears. So human ears construction is also very compulsory or the necessary thing through which we are able to hear our sounds. Like some are having the defects in their ears also, that they cannot hear the sounds. They can hear the loud sound, that when we are increasing our volume, then only they can hear, right? Otherwise they cannot hear the loudness sounds. So what is the shape of the ear that we are having? You just touch your ears, that the shape of our outer part. You have seen, just touch your ears, like the outer part. So the outest part of our ears are in a kind of a funnel, right? They are totally spread out. They are a funnel kind. So outer part is a form of a funnel. When the sound enters it, it will travel down to the canal. Like you know that when you pause liquid or if you talk about oil, we use a funnel, right? We used to keep it in the bottle and we used to pour liquid, then it enters into that through that smallest pipe. You may have seen this at your homes also. Like a funnel is in the kind of like this. You may have seen that if you're having some jug and if you want to pour some liquid in this, then you used to pour, and this will flow through this funnel, right? So this funnel shape is similar to that of our ears also. And if you touch your ears, the outer part is in the form of a funnel, and inside there is a small hole, and through that hole a canal structure is there. Like in this funnel which I have drawn, in that the liquid is flowing through that small pipe, right? So similarly, the sound when enters into our ears, it will pass through our funnel and will be blowing out through that small structure. So it will be flowing through that small canal, and will be at the end of which will be attached to that of a thin membrane, and that is stretched tightly. Like if you are having a chewing gum, you have seen that chewing gum. If you stretch it, what will happen? It will produce a thin structure like membrane. The smallest like a polythene structure. So that thin membrane, it is stretched tightly. So when something is stretched, then you prepare or produce a sound, and it will produce a highest volumes of sound, like it will produce a main sound. So this is what a kind of a structure of our ear. So you have heard this word, that's kanka parda, right? Parda means you are having a thin membrane in your ears, and this thin membrane is given by your ears structure. So it is given with a tight structure, and this tight structure, when a sound enters into our ears with the help of the canal, this enters and will touch our thin membrane, and this stretched thin membrane will get vibrated, and when this get vibrate, it will again hear the sound. So thin membrane is stretched tightly, it is called the eardrum. It performs an important function. How does it? Like you are trying to hear the sound, that means this is what your structure This is the outer part of your canal like a structure. Then when the sound is produced, then it will pass through your canal and will enter into the eardrums. So when it enters into the eardrum, it is stretched rubber sheet in the form of like sound vibrations are try to vibrate our eardrums, and these eardrums will send vibrations to the inner ear, like inner side. Some part is there which will produce this vibrations in the inner side, and these signals, like when we hear the vibrations, these signals will be sent to the muscles to that of our brain. And we know that brain have a stimulus muscles, like if you are getting hot, we used to understand that something is hot over here. If you're having cold, and also like I take your hands to near the gas, then you know that that is hot. We should not take our hand more closer to that of the fire. That means we are having some stimulus. So the stimuli or the muscles are taken as a signals. So signals which are entering into our ears, this will go to the brain. So the brain will now understand that how we have to hear, that is we have to hear some sound. So this is how we are hearing the sound with the help of our ears. So what is the construction of our ears? That outside the part of our ear is a funnel like structure, and in a funnel like such a small hole is there in which a canal structure is there, and in this canal structure the sound will propagate. That means it will move, and when this will move, it will strike our stretched eardrums, like a rubber stretch thin membrane will be there. When it just stretch thread will get vibrate, it will produce signals, and these signals will be passing out through our brain, and these brain will try us to tell that something is producing sound, so you have to hear. So it will knock our brain that go and hear some sound. So you will just understand, no? You just used to consult also that yeah, this is the sound of a girl, this is the sound of a boy, this is the sound of a kid, this is a music tone, this is more louder. That means your brain is telling you other stimulus that yes, some sound is produced, and these sound are of different ranges also. So it depends on our throats, that we, if we are producing, like if you mimic the sounds of a students, if you try to mimic your sister's sound, you make to your brother's sound, your mother's sound, that means you are trying to change the thickness of your vocal cords. You are trying to vibrate your vocal cords with the help of your throat or the air that are coming out from the forced air which is coming out from the lungs, right? So it gets vibrated. So now we will be talking about different structures of these waves. But before, I was just telling you, like this waves are traveling in the form of a transverse waves. The sound waves are traveling in the form of a transverse. This is what a wave is. This is a kind of wave. Okay. So this wave is a transverse wave. That means it's back and the forward motion. So if I take like a long wave, that means it is traveling of more height. So this height with which it is moving is considered as its amplitude. Waves amplitude. Okay, so that is the height or the maximum height which can be displaced by the wave is said to be its amplitude. So I think you may know that sound is coming out from amplifier. You have seen the amplifiers at home that we used to increase the volume of our music. The music which we like, we used to increase the volumes, and that amplifier what it does, if you are having a small wave sound like mobile's wave, it will be very small because less sound is coming. Now if it enters into the amplifier, what it will do, it will increase the sound wave. Now the height of the wave is increased, that means the wavelength is increased, so the sound wave will be of more height, so the amplitude can be increased by the amplifier. So there are different characteristics we will be seeing in the next class, but this is the last point that I am telling you, that what the sound was, how the sound produces, that it gets should be vibrated, it needs a medium to travel, it can travel through any medium like solid, liquid or gas. So something should be get vibrated to produce the sound. Like a human ear, it produces a sound in our ears by the some vibration that are produced by our human throat. So by the throat, wind pipes produces a forced air from the lungs. These wind pipe will try to move our vocal cords, small two vocal cords, and when these two vocal cords get vibrated, they will produce a sound. And when this sound comes out from our mouth, it will enter into our ears, and ear structure we have already seen that some funnel structure is outside, and this funnel structure, there is a small canal, that is a hole is there. Through that hole, that canal will be there, and that canal, the signals will move and will produce electrical signals, will try to make our brain stimulus. So this brain will tell us that something sound is produced. Our ears used to hear every sound, and like smallest sound is also produced. We used to get yes, the sound is coming from this direction. That means our brain is getting vibrated, and it tells us that some signal is coming from this side. So this is what our brain, human ear and the human throat. Okay, so these are the points which we have already learned. So just tally with the book and see that what are the points which we have read in this class. So next class we will be seeing the different characteristics of the waves. Okay, thank you class.